Hey everybody, let's take a look at the game. This video will be under the heading, how do we look at pro games? Or more specifically, how do I look at pro games? A lot of ways of doing it, I'm sure. If I see two strong players playing a very complex game, it's of zero interest to me because that's just a whole bunch of reading, which is nothing but work and no interest at all. These two players, this is an old game, 30 years plus. No, let's say 15. You might recognize White, MilanMilan. He was perhaps KJS's most famous player. And let's have a look. And just how would I review this game? Where they play in the opening, almost no meaning because anything's good. I can respond or not respond. Okay, now we have something to talk about. If black gets the next move, the Shamari is working perfectly in the bottom area. So we're not going to see white playing here because there's nothing perfect about white's position, but there is something perfect about black's position. Yeah, there's an attack here, but that's really not a big deal. Okay, so white's going to do something to disrupt black's perfect formation, perfect potential. Most don't like it here because there's so many stones prepared for the pinch. A lot of players think it's going to be difficult for white. Mr. Yang, the master of fundamentals, says, I have played this move against many top pros. I've beat many top pros with this move. So he doesn't have a problem with it. And that's why I play it when I'm in that position, to honor him, and I want to learn his idea. Okay, moving forward. So he backs off, and that was, and still is, the most popular way of dealing with this. Give yourself a little bit of room when there's so many black stones around. Black's got a bunch of choices. He can pinch with A. He can start developing the bottom with B, which is perhaps the most popular. This move is a little less popular. It's more practical. We take the corner in Sente and worry about everything else later. So we're seeing style and just we'll see how it goes. Okay. Notice we did not see this move. This would be really rare to see in a, 7, 8, 9 dawn game. Because although it's working, it doesn't flow well to one purpose. Now, I play this way on purpose because it should be okay. And I want to find out why it's okay or why it's not okay. In a real game, I wouldn't do it, like in a tournament game. But in any casual game, I play this way because I want to learn. Most common, and white comes in. There's kind of a thing here where just a rule. The triangles tend to be bad. The squares tend to be good. So we don't see black playing on that triangle spot very often. So let's check out why. This connection's a little bit easy. Black is giving white an easy time. That's unusual. So what does black get in return for white being easy? Okay. We see that black's got 3 in a row, and we know that that's a weakness. This is going to cause problems. So black's about to fix that. So in looking at this, I would think, okay, he could play A, and B's a little thicker. So I think A and B. I go, well, if he had a stone in one of these spots, that would fix it too. And the CDE is doing more work than the A and B. So I would expect CDE. And in my head, I'm going, am I right? Is that how they're going to be thinking here? So if black plays B, I'm like, wow, that's a calm move. This 8-Don's thinking, I can play calmly here. And I would try to discern from that, what can I learn? Between C, D, and E, check it out. Now, this doesn't look like a lot, but see how this is sente for the cut? That means there's some sort of weakness here. So he plays here. Oh, no, he did this first. Right. White has an open skirt, hit the open skirt, and white defends, and then we get back over here. And that's an important thing, right? Black can't play this and allow white to play this way, right? That's like giving white, it's too easy for white. So you have to hit this first. And here too, I had a question. If white says, I'm going to go about this and do my thing, let's just have black play here for now and white fixes. So how bad is it is the question. And it's a one-eyed white group there's no extra white stones around. Now it wouldn't go this specific way, but both players would know white only has one eye. And white doesn't like that. So white stays. And then black plays his move. So the point of this video is, how does one learn when you review? And again, more specifically, how do I learn when I review? It's like, well, here's what I would do. Here are the things I would be considering. I wonder which one of these, if any, he played. What if all of a sudden he ignores and gives up the stones? I go, holy cow, I never would have thought of that. Is that really valid? And I would, try to learn from that. Okay, moving forward. Here, I would think this is not big enough. What black is doing is too much. So I would think for sure white's going to remain at the bottom. Where? Well, there's only one spot. I mean, everyone's going to choose this spot. I guess one could try this spot. Very similar. Okay, moving forward. Black has a couple choices here. For instance, just playing here is not out of the question. If white tries to run out, black can just live, and black got both sides. So that's possible. And when black plays this way, this is still possible. This is a regular pattern. Now black gets sente with a nice position here. Black plays this way, which I would not have expected. It's a little straightforward. I mean, black's taking the outside. Does he really have the right to grow the outside? I don't think so. So to me, this is kind of a mistake. Standard stuff. Here, black leaves a cut. Strong player is going to cut, period. It's not a matter of, does the cut work? No, that's not even a question. There's a bunch of stuff going on here, and we can get free information right now. We don't have to read it out. We can cut and see what he says and read later. It's just get the Aji in. Okay. We can't let him take in one move. We need an extra liberty. And if we kill on the bottom, we're alive and have invaded. Okay. Now White's already read ahead because it's an easy read. But this is where I hadn't read ahead. I'm like, okay, slow it down. Let me read this out because this doesn't work. Right? White comes out as just a ladder. Well, what about the Atari and out? What are the chances of those white stones living? 0. So with a little bit of reading, we realize nothing works, but it's a thorn in the side. It's like black's going, I don't like that. It doesn't work, but I don't like it. White continues the living and plays away, takes Sente. Now, I find that, to me, that's something that stands out because black can play A in Sente and black can play B in Sente. Well, I would start wondering, how big are they? How does black A actually affect the C group? Is it a big move for free or is it not an important move for free? And I would start doing little readouts here and there going, is it important or not? And this white player says, no, not important. I can play a big move and let black have some stuff. Black plays that one and that one and that one. He gets all the free stuff, but what has he got? 1 or 2 points and he's still cut. See how he's saving the cut? Yeah. Now, you could say, well, this A group can live in the corner. Yeah, but there's a cut at B because of the Aji we put in. So if we cut at C, he lives in the corner, we cut at B, all of a sudden he's split. So black saving. This puts the A group in jeopardy. So white's going to get out. And we would guess 4th line because white has the right to grow here. As well as with the various cuts, there's some future in attack. Okay, if I detail this out through the whole game, we'd be here for 2 hours. So I'm starting to think, how much time are y'all getting the idea of how you could practically go through a strong player's game and start asking questions? Think, what would you do? What would you expect? What would you consider normal? And just consider things as you play along. Here, one would assume a pinch because A has an open skirt. So when we pinch, we're closing the open skirt, taking left side points as we attack black. Wow, wonderful 3-purpose move. Now, I don't know, but thank goodness I was right. I mean, it's like, seems so obvious, but like, well, what if they didn't do that? Okay, then I would learn something. And here, black has to survive, corner first, white settles and connects. Very pleasant little area there. This is just regular pattern. If white had played on the other side to take that, then black's going to play on this side and settle by pressing that group. So that's what you do when you come out here, is you're threatening both sides. So white plays that side, we settle on this side. And we don't want to give black all these forcing moves. Wow, look at all those forcing moves. That was terrible. So instead, jump. And black at this point would feel fairly settled. He's got to push if he wants it, but it's not necessary right now. Play away, big. I'd be a little tempted to play this one, open skirt, right? So I would wonder, why did he play here? Well, this is more solid in the corner, and white's move is kind of slow and narrow. So maybe we don't mind white coming down and closing the skirt because we've made it a small move. You see, so you kind of feel like, okay, what were they thinking? Why did they play that way? Okay, well, let's stop there. We saw some stuff. And George links this game to the video. So if you want to see it played out, you can just follow the link. Okay, everybody. Talk to you later. Bye.